This segment of the Sports Narrative Radio Show is backed by Xena Communications. Internet, Wi-Fi, IT, cloud services, and security cameras. Get connected in your home or office today. Call or click for your free consultation in the DFW area.
On our phone lines now, gentlemen, we have the 6'1", 230-pound Emmanuel Graves out of the Colorado School of Mine, the Mighty Ore Diggers. He has a career
Yes,
of...
sir.
Hey, what's happening there, Emmanuel?
How's it going? Doing well. And it's Graves. Sorry to correct you.
Graves. Oh, I didn't see
Yes,
that. Graves. Very nice. That's good to know. I'll put that a note in the draft guide there.
I appreciate it.
Hey, absolutely, man. I'm sure you get that all the time, right?
All the time. I don't know if you guys noticed. On my Twitter handle, it actually says it's Graves because I had to do that.
Oh,
I see that. It's Graves.
Very nice. All right, Emmanuel Graves. Very nice. Do you got a nickname? What do they call you?
They call me E-Man. If they're not calling me, it's Graves.
All right, E-Man. Very nice. All right, from the Colorado School of Mine Ore Diggers, 16 career sacks, 13 hurries, 5 forced fumbles, 34.5 tackles for loss, and 5 pass breakups. First team All-Conference this year. Nominated for the Gene Upshaw Defensive Lineman of the Year Award and the Cliff Harris Division II Player of the Year nominee. And he's a good old Texan from San Antonio. So my first question for you, E-Man, is you're from San Antonio, Cowboys fan?
Cowboys fan. I'm not exactly set on any team. I get that question a lot, too, being from Texas. But I'm usually the guy that whoever I can win with in Madden.
That's good.
Now, do you play fantasy football, Emmanuel?
Excuse me?
Do you play fantasy football?
Do I play fantasy football? No, I don't.
Okay.
All right.
No.
Went to Winston Churchill High School. Now, in high school, what position were you playing most of the time?
Yeah, so that's actually an interesting question. I moved around a bit. I started out at running back, and then I moved to fullback, and then I moved to linebacker. And the reason for it was I had a lot of speed. I was the guy that they'd give that toss to freshman year.
Yep.
Then they saw that I was pretty physical, so you can kind of see the transition, how it moved. And then Coach asked me, my final year playing football for Churchill, he said, hey, we really would like to use you at this 9 technique position. We'd like to use your speed and your pass rush ability. And in Texas, we have a lot of, fast running backs that like to burn the edge. So it was a perfect spot. And my final year, I played defensive end, and that's actually what got me recruited. So moved around a lot, and it allowed me to, find different athletic abilities in different positions and kind of get to learn the game a little bit better that way.
That's nice. And, there's a guy in the draft this year, Miles Jack, who started at UCLA as a running back, switched to linebacker because he said he likes hitting people more than getting hit. And I can understand that. So I'm sure the same is for you. So as far as the recruiting goes, like you said, you jumped around some positions a little bit. How did you end up at the Colorado School of Mines?
Yeah, so being raised by my mom's from Panama, so coming to the U.S., she was always focused on education, and she didn't want me to just depend on athletics to make it.
Right.
And she preached that so much, so I didn't actually get to play football until I got to middle school in 7th grade when, we could play on a team.
Right.
So from there on out, I loved football. I embraced it. I was the guy that, instead of being, how they say he's a player's coach?
Yeah.
Well, I was a coach's player, so I was willing to do whatever it took, coach, and that's why you can see that I play whatever position, because I'm that guy that's for the team. Long story short, engineering was my biggest focus growing up. I always wanted to be an engineer. I was always really focused on technology, and Colorado School of Mines is actually one of the top engineering schools in the nation.
Absolutely is.
So I saw that they had engineering. There are a couple other schools out there that have engineering, but they don't also have winning football programs. And
that makes a difference, yeah. So
it worked out really well there.
Ironically, my daughter just got a because she's 17 and just got a note from the Colorado School of Mines about going into engineering. And so, like I said, when I saw you and following, I was like, I wonder if this is for my kid, not me. But I'm glad we got to talk to you. And it was a good school. I assume a good experience out there.
Great experience. I'm a city guy, so I got to learn more about mountains and outdoor life. I also got you have the best of both worlds. Denver's right there if you want to be in the city, and then the biggest recruiting point at Mines is that they're taking care of your future as well.
Nice.
So once you get that degree and you enjoy that football, those 4 years, 5 years that you get to play, you're set for life. So that was a big thing, and not only that, but even if I did engineering at some of the other schools that might have recruited me, not every player on the team is an engineer.
Right.
So that that community, that bond of guys that's helping you get through those classes was really another key point.
Oh, that's awesome. So we're talking to Emmanuel Graves, a draft prospect from the Colorado School of Mines.
Hey, Emmanuel, this is the other Jeff Feltman. Hey, I got a question for you. When you went there, coming from Texas, how was the altitude switch as an athlete? Did you feel a difference, and do you feel that there's any advantage you have coming out of the high altitude, going, now that you're used to the thinner air?
Yeah. I feel like I have a huge advantage. I feel like I can play anywhere right now because, believe it or not, the first time I got up to Mines, I couldn't run a lap around the entire football field.
I bet.
That makes me feel better. I can't do it in Texas, but it's for different reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. So, I was going to say 8-3 last year under a brand new head coach, under Greg Brandon. How was the new coach?
Coach Brandon's great. I mean, he changed things up and made things better for us to become closer as a team. He's really, trying to help out the players in any way he can, and we just got a new facility and we got a new staff, and they're all about the guys. So they're gonna do some big things. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but before Greg Brandon, we had Coach Stitt, and he had a big offense. That's all he kind of focused on. This year, we started moving to balancing it out more. We focus on our offense, and we focus on our defense as well, and that's perfect for me because I'm a defensive guy.
Obviously, yeah. And you playing a lot of D-line, a lot of edge rushing out there. I watched a lot of those highlights. I saw the spin move. Where'd you pick that up along the way?
A big guy that I try and model my game after and I look up to is Von Miller.
Yeah.
And I just love how he's quick, he's relentless. He's hitting the edge. He's coming underneath, and you can never tell what he's going to be at the end of the play. And that is exactly what I wanted to show that I could do because I have an athletic ability that I was blessed with. And when you're my size and I'm going against a 6'5", 300-pounder, I got to have something that he doesn't. So I got to use it. And that spin move, that slant underneath, and a lot more last year when we had a Leo position for me.
Yep.
It was basically kind of like a stand-up defensive end, and the coaches, just gave me so much freedom to just mess with the minds of the O-linemen. They didn't know if I was coming underneath, off the edge, or right through them. So yeah, that's somebody that I looked up to for that.
And that's a team, a team like Jacksonville and Atlanta really use that Leo position. Even the Seahawks do to a certain extent. So. There's definitely a place for that in the pros. So when you're taking that next step, I assume 6'1", 230 is pretty accurate. Is that pretty close to where you're at right now?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
So if you got to make the move to a stand-up linebacker and that kind of thing, how's your backpedaling skills these days?
Actually, it's great. I'm excited. I'm a guy that you can use as an outside linebacker, inside linebacker, and if you don't mind having a guy my size at DN, I'll play that too. This since January, I actually started training at Lando Performance with Lauren Lando, and they basically exactly what you said, backpedaling. I didn't backpedal at Mines too much because I didn't need to.
Right.
I'm rushing the passer, but this whole training progression. I've pretty much done everything an inside backer has, changing my hips, cutting, and, keeping my eyes up, good feet. And that was something I actually got to show off at the regional combine.
Nice.
In New Orleans recently. That was such an exciting moment and a blessing for me because I played D end, stand up end for the majority of my time at Mines, and then I get to play some linebacker finally.
Right.
At the regional, and they actually said that I was one of the guys that might have stood out a little bit more.
Nice.
And that was just a huge compliment because I've been working so hard to show the league that I'm versatile. And coming out of a small school, you gotta be able to do everything.
Absolutely, and that's for sure. I'll tell you the thing when I'm out there scouting guys like that, and you're looking at the change of direction, and of course like the 3-cone drills and all that stuff. The thing I'm looking for, in addition to the explosiveness, is the hips. When you're dropping, you do that drill where you're straight backpedaling and then you flip the hips one way and you flip them the other way. That's the one for me that I'm really watching to make sure to see how smooth you can make that transition because, when you're out there chasing Antonio Brown or somebody like that around, you got to be able to change gears real quick.
Oh, yeah. And, I look forward to that challenge. That's something that I've worked on really hard to the point that, whenever a team wants me to give them a tryout or they want to give me a workout, I'm 100% ready to show you, hey, whatever you need, I got it. I even picked up some long snapping.
Right?
Long snapping, yeah.
Wow.
How will your speed translate into that position? I'm curious.
Oh, a lot of power.
There you go. Yeah, that lower body strength. Hey, I got a question. Are you still in contact with any of your college buddies that are still going to be playing next year?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I'm originally from South Dakota. Can you tell them to stop kicking the crap out of my South Dakota college team? You annihilated Black Hills State. You had a forced fumble. I mean, you had a sack. It's just brutal. We have no major colleges. Just make it close is all I'm asking.
Well, I like Black Hills. They have a pretty good quarterback. I don't know if you noticed. He's a dual threat. So that game was a lot of fun because I was pass rushing up there and I'm thinking I'm going to get a sack. Next thing I know, he's running up and I'm chasing him down, the sideline.
What'd you think of that area as far as like Spearfish, the look? Sorry to get off of football, but that's kind of my country. What'd you think of the Black Hills?
It's beautiful. I mean, it's competing with Golden.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't know it. It's a secret little cove there.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys like to keep it a secret or what. Because when we went up there, I was like,
yeah, we do keep it a secret.
Yeah. Like
hey, when you get those big contracts, don't go buy up all the land and tell all your NFL buddies about it. We'll keep it quiet, okay?
All right, we're talking to Emmanuel Graves here, a NFL prospect out of the Colorado School of Mines. All right, so you said you play some Madden. Unfortunately, you don't get to play the NCAA football game anymore because that's not a thing. So what was your experience like as a student athlete? Just what was that like as far as, and obviously coming from, with a single mom and all that kind of stuff. How was that experience for you, in the college life there?
In the college life, it allowed me to learn a lot about other people, and it allowed me to be thankful for everything that I had.
Yeah.
Because where my mom comes from, all you can do is get better, improve, and she's also a motivational speaker, so that's where I get all my positive, energy from. And coming here, I will say at the beginning it was a little bit tougher on me because, it's engineering. I'm not at home. There's just different group of people out here. Golden, when you think about Texas, and that's another thing. Texas, I don't know if you guys know, but football is everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're aware.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
We're based in McKinney. We've seen it.
Yeah, we're in Dallas, so.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a difference in culture and really allowed me to learn a lot more, and it helped me grow as a person to the point that I feel like you can put me anywhere and I can get along because I know how different people work and I understand different people's backgrounds. So, I think it's been great for me maturing as a man and just growing up, and I appreciate everything that I've learned here from my coaches. I've had excellent coaches. I don't know if you guys know it, but I've been through like 3 defensive staff.
Yeah.
And that's because we've been doing well, not because of any.
And those guys get hired and move up the chain,
Yeah. But how does that affect your maturation as a player when the system's getting switched on you?
when the system gets switched, it just makes you tougher because I can be put anywhere. That's the way I look at it. I'm like, great. I'm looking forward to learning new technique, learning a new defense. It only makes me better. And, going to an engineering school, you're always looking to be challenged. We didn't go here to I didn't come here because it was going to be easy.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of the philosophy I carry with everything.
That's awesome, man. All right, so it's transition time. We're going away from the college game. You're stepping into the pros now. The first thing I got to ask you is you did the regional combine. Any teams you want to mention that have maybe come over and talked to you a little bit more than some others, or that your agent have said, hey, this team's kind of interested? Got anything like that?
I don't know what I can say about that. What I will say is, so I had the regional combine Saturday. That was before spring break, which was last week.
Right.
And then I had the pro day at CU. Thank you, CU, for allowing me to attend your pro day.
And that's pretty cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so CU's pro day was Wednesday, which is before the combine. And I'm going there, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go at 1 p.m. And the CU guys actually had to go at 3 p.m. And then they put the smaller school guys later at 5 p.m.
Right.
So I was all energetic, jacked up.
Oh, and you're there 4 hours early.
And I'm there a little too early. But yeah, so by the time it was time for me to go, I was just waiting, just all jittery, and I did what I had to do. And I don't know why I had this in my head. I was like, all right, sweet, they're going to be like, that's Emmanuel Graves. Okay, linebacker. But what I forgot was I'm still a small school guy, right?
Yep, yeah.
So what I got a lot of was, hey, what's your name? What school are you from? What position do you play?
Hey, you know what, though?
Do you play?
That is the best compliment you can get, I guarantee you, because I've been sitting there. In fact, we went to the Senior Bowl this year.
That's right.
Mr. Feltman and I, and we're sitting there and we're watching, and some play will happen. I'll go, wait, who is that? What the hell school is that helmet? And that's the best thing you do, because then that guy goes and watches tape, and obviously you got some nice tape out there, and that is a good thing, man. Don't be discouraged if somebody's like, what's your name again? Graves. Yeah, don't you worry, man.
Yep,
it's
I got
good.
that a lot.
I bet you did.
Well, hey,
and they,
go ahead.
And yeah, I appreciated it after, just like you just said, because at first, in the moment, I was like, oh man, I didn't do good enough because they're still asking me what my name is. But later on, I learned, they were trying to. Oh, that's good.
See, it's a good thing, man. Don't be discouraged.
Now, Emmanuel, you going to a big brain school like that, what is your after football plans going to be?
Yeah, so it's funny you say it because I've been talking about I have a plan A and a plan B.
Right.
And my plan B isn't too shabby. Going to mines, you're almost not worried about your future because you did all the hard work in college.
Right.
And there's so many. So basically, I've had 2 internships, in my time being here, and we're one of the top schools for just getting internships. And what that allows you to do is companies know, hey, this guy's ready to work. He already has experience, and that's how we get hired so quickly. So I already have a company that's ready to hire me. I also told them that I'm pursuing football. And the awesome thing about it is they're still accepting me, to work with them whenever that may be. But just in general, I'm a mechanical engineer.
Yep.
So that's going to be the major I graduate hopefully here in May, coming up pretty soon.
Awesome.
And my focus has always been on technology and futuristic, gadgets and just upgrading innovations and things like that.
So you're going to make the iPhone obsolete?
I'm not going to say anything about that. I actually love the iPhone. That's where I started. That's
the Apple internship, huh? Oh,
you got the secrets, huh?
Not an Apple, but
oh, okay.
You're
gonna hack my phone, man.
Do you know what jailbreaking is?
Yes, we do actually.
Okay. So before that was a thing, I was learning about how to do all those modifications on software for the Apple firmware, and that's where I started, embarking on that engineering journey, and I need to be an engineer. So.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Well, we're actually looking for an engineer for the show. It doesn't pay very well, but the hours are horrible. It should be just
great.
like college.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Appreciate that.
And we're in Texas,
I'll
so
I was gonna say, you get the Cowboys gig, you just come down and you do a show with us. It'd be great. All right. So speaking of that, your draft night plans. So the end of April, I will be in Chicago there at the draft. Where will you be, and what are your plans for that evening?
To be honest with you, I haven't thought that far ahead. My life works from a day-to-day span. I have to grind through these exams.
Right? I was going to say, you might be studying, right?
Yeah. I actually have a test Thursday.
Oh, man.
I appreciate you. But no, I will probably be with my agent and with my friends and just having a good time and watching the draft. And whatever happens, I'm just looking for my opportunity to get a shot with any team, and just that, it would be a blessing to me.
That's awesome. And I have to say, we talk to different players every year, and one of the things that I will tell you is, you'll be sitting there and you'll be watching it, and you've watched the whole draft, you get all the way through the 7th round, and your name doesn't get called, and the second that draft ends, your agent's phone will blow up. And so, because people are trying to sign you undrafted, all this kind of stuff.
Then you get to pick your team.
Yeah, exactly. So then you get a little more choice there. So that's kind of a cool deal. In fact, we had the Bosworth kids.
Yep.
Same thing happened. They go all the way through the draft, and then afterward they were trying to decide what team they were going to go to.
They got to
pick
go
from
together
and all that. The other thing I was going to ask you is, on the draft night we also had last year, we talked to Jay Samaro, the tight end from Texas Tech.
I actually played against him, yeah.
Yeah, who actually is also from San Antonio. And he said, I'm not going to watch the draft because I got to go to a Spurs game that night. So he's drafted in the 2nd round, and he's at the Spurs game. Are you a Spurs fan as well?
Yeah, you can't be from San Antonio and not be a Spurs
fan. I knew it. Well,
so this guy destroys my Mavs, destroys my football teams up there. I'm going to say, having said that, after this interview, I have to say, not only am I pulling for you in football, buddy, but I'm pulling for you in life. You sound like you got your head on straight. I'm impressed.
I appreciate that. Like I said, it's just a grind, and I just take it a day at a time, and I'm just thankful. I'm one of those guys that I realize all the blessings I have, and I just thank God and appreciate everybody who's been there for me, my coaches, my family, my friends, and I just thank you guys for even letting me on the show, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, final question for you. I'm putting you on the hot seat as a aspiring GM someday. The first thing I'm going to ask you, which is something you already told me, which is, how much do you love football?
Oh, so you just want me to answer that?
Yeah, and then I got another question. I got a follow-up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love football so much. I'm a team guy. That's something that I learned to be over time. I love to compete. I have a passion for the game. And the thing that I told my team, actually, before one of our games was, I come out here every day because I want to glorify God, with the abilities that He gave me.
Yep.
I want to come out here and play for my team, with my brothers. There's nothing better than playing for something bigger than yourself. And then I want to play this game because I love it. I'm passionate about it, and I don't think you should do anything unless you are passionate about it. So.
That's awesome. And my final question is, tell me one thing completely unrelated to football that I need to know about Emmanuel Graves.
One thing completely unrelated to football.
Completely unrelated to football that I need to know about it.
I got that swag when I hit the dance floor.
Oh, there it is. See, awesome. That's where the spin move comes from right there. All right, man.
Mom, like I said, she's Latin, she's Latina, so
she
got a little bit of rhythm and moves, and that's where I got a little bit of my stuff.
You got a little bit of steps to it. All right, so when you score your first touchdown, you thinking about that end zone dance already?
No, I'm not thinking that far. Like I said, day to day.
Oh, man, you got to show up Victor Cruz, show him how it's done for real, right? All right.
Yes, if I get the opportunity, I'll do it just for you.
Man, and I hope you do, man. I really do. Emmanuel Graves, check him out on Twitter. It is at GRAWVZ Graves. And good luck to you, man. We'll be pulling for you. And, like I say, man, it's going to be good. And hey, we'll once you're in the league, we'll give you a call again. Maybe we'll hit you up for some tickets or something.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, be good.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, there he goes. Emmanuel Graves there. How about that? Kid's got some talent. I like it. I like him.
He's a great interview. You could tell he's extremely smart.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we like. We've had some interviews that have been good. We've had some interviews that have been meh. But I think that guy's a winner. Like I say, coming from a small school like that, I hope he really gets a chance to do it. So.
Find more by subscribing to this channel and visiting us at www.thesportsnarrative.com. Join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central for a live edition of the Sports Narrative radio show hosted by Xena Communications.